We got big news, people. Congress is set to vote on both crypto and stablecoin legislation as early as next month. Remember, they said they were going to do something about it. They're actually doing something about it now. This is only the first in many, many steps. So this is actually to get it out of committee. Sometimes that is the hardest part. I actually don't think that will be the hardest part out of this legislation. The committee is mostly controlled by GOP, so I do think it will actually come out. And like, it has to go through committee, it has to get through the House, it has to get through Senate, and then it has to get signed by the president. And but you have to get this ball rolling. A lot of stuff just dies in committee, never comes out, so nothing's ever done about it. That's not true with this. So this is the bill that we actually heard about earlier, and this will actually provide a path for cryptos to become commodities if they are securities. Now, there is no ruling that says cryptos are securities right now, but if that actually does come about, it will give them a solid path to become communities, and it will also give a comprehensive framework on stablecoins so the SEC can't just do whatever it wants. And that's the most important part. We can't just have the SEC going crazy and willy-nilly and calling everything securities. We actually have to make sure that we have solid rules in place. So House Financial Services Committee Chair Patrick McHenry told his panel this morning that he plans to hold a session on debating, changing, and likely advancing legislation that would create a more distinct pathway for digital assets. And this is from theblock.co, to transition from security to investments to commodities. And obviously, like, there's not as much burdensome regulation and burdensome bureaucracy in terms of committees. And the thing is, like, I do believe it can get past committee and it can get through the House. I'm not sure if it'll actually get through the Senate or not. The Senate's very divided. And I think if it gets through House and Senate, I don't think Biden will actually veto it because this is not an extremely contentious issue. But getting through Senate might actually be the tough part because the Republicans don't control the Senate. The July session will allow members of the committee to introduce changes to the text, and they'll probably have to change it around some, but hopefully not too much, with the final version subject to an up and down vote to report if it favorably from the panel. So they will actually do this in July, which is basically like the week after next week. That is really incredible. That's actually really, really fast movement from Congress. And of course, it will advance the House of Representatives. Hopefully, we can actually get something down this year or by the beginning of next year. And this could play out well for us because I know the government's going to try to get the stock markets up before the elections next year. And if this actually passes, then we could actually basically piggyback onto that and really have a big crypto run. Now, I don't think everything's going to be declared a security, but those new projects that are declared to be securities could actually follow this path to be commodities, and some good regulatory framework for stablecoins is crucial for the DeFi market. So as much as the SEC is trying to attack it, I do think like the Congress and the House of Representatives and these committees are trying to do their best to pull the SEC back and give clear regulations and instructions. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.